So if you're not aware already, Niantic has been under fire lately from Pokemon Go players, primarily regarding the 40 meter to 80 meter Pokestop distance change here. Basically, when COVID was in full bloom there and they had to make changes to Pokemon Go to accommodate players playing the game during these unfortunate times, they changed the Pokestop interaction distance from 40 to 80. And now Niantic is starting to roll that back, and people are unhappy about it. Now, when it comes to the heart of the issue here, the HearUsNiantic hashtag, it's not just about the Pokestop interaction distance. It's mostly like the felt apathy from Niantic towards the Pokemon Go player base, the non-transparency Pokemon Go has with the community here. It just feels like Niantic doesn't care about us. Like Niantic's going to do what they're going to do come hell or high water, and they might make a change if we scream enough about it. So people are getting pretty fed up with that, and I feel like the timing of the Pokestop distance change was just like kind of at the head of these bad feelings, so that became like the rallying cry, the central topic to this issue. But just to make you guys all clear, the heart of the issue here is Niantic's non-communication with the community. At any rate, I'm a little bit late to the party to talk about all the intricacies of the Hear Us movement, back-to-back 12-hour shifts at an inopportune time, so I figured I'd make a video talking about the Hear Us movement's first victory here, which is a actual response to the Pokemon Go community from Niantic. So I figured I'd go over this letter with you and talk about various aspects of it. So the response to our Pokemon Go community. To our Pokemon Go community, we appreciate your letter and all your feedback. We hear you. We are humbled by your response. Not every game has such a passionate global player base that we're fortunate enough to have. Like everyone else around the world, our team has been working very hard to adapt to the global health environment. The recent exploration bonus changes we've made in the US and New Zealand are designed to restore some of the foundational elements players enjoyed prior to 2020 and reward players once again for moving and exploring, encouraging people to explore, exercise, and safely play together in person remains Niantic's mission. So in regards to this, paragraph, this section here in particular, it is a little bit whack because they're kind of acting like COVID's over or COVID's like a bit on a downturn when the data suggests otherwise. Here I have the coronavirus in the US latest map and case count from the New York Times, link in the description if you want to check it out. And you can see here in August, at the time of making this video, at the time of Niantic's statement, our 7-day average here is 100,000 cases. And during the beginning of what would become the peak of the coronavirus, that's higher than early November. So if we're looking strictly at the numbers here, things have been better, but now things are starting to get a bit worse. Things are starting to heat up again. So kind of bad timing to say like, oh yeah, we think it's totally safe in the US right now, when things aren't looking as safe as they could be. Now, longtime subscribers of SwagTips are aware that I left YouTube and Pokemon Go for about 5 months, roughly around like October until roughly around March, to help battle the coronavirus in my local community. And this does look like it's already like worse than what it was than when I left. But as far as like my local community is concerned, I live in Wisconsin here. So here we got one by each like region. Wisconsin's in the Midwest. We're the little green line. So the little green line's doing pretty good. And you can see like, October, holy freaking dang, green line not doing so hot. So green line's doing good. But other regions in the US definitely aren't doing so great. Like here you got Wisconsin, we're yellow, letting it mellow. Instinct has taken over. But Louisiana, Arkansas, Montana, they're not looking so hot. I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's safe to go out and play Pokemon Go or whatever in these states right now, but not every place is going to be equal in regards to this. At any rate, the point I'm trying to make here is that COVID is not over. I don't know when it's going to be over, but to say like, oh yeah, COVID's over enough, that's a little bit I don't know, it's not lining up with the numbers here. Like, I'm not saying that it's not safe to go outside, but we're still having, 2020 type issues in the world here, is what I'm saying. So to continue on, the health and well-being of players is our top priority, which is why we have implemented the new exploration bonuses in select geographies where it's deemed safe to be outdoors. As I showed you, maybe not exactly the safest. Research has shown that taking walks outside is safe and confers several health benefits. And this statement in particular, I kind of take even more contention with, because it just seems like offensive. Like, it sounds like they're dissing us. I mean, for one, research has shown that taking walks outside is safe and confers several health benefits. Like, where are our citations? I don't see any numbers up here telling me that you got cited sources. There are no cited sources. So as far as like an academic standpoint is concerned, this is a baseless statement, right? And I'm not saying that taking walks outside isn't safe and that there aren't health benefits to taking walks outside in particular. I'm just saying it's just a throwaway statement to be like, hey guys, going outside and exercise, are you dumb? Like, that's good, right? And to add to that, nobody's like not going outside because of the Pokestop radius differences. Like, 40 meters isn't that big. 40 meters is like the difference between you having to cross a street to spin a Pokestop or not. Or like the difference between, like, I don't know, walking on the grass to spin a Pokestop in the middle of a park opposed to just staying on the trail and walking on the trail. Anybody that plays Pokemon Go basically plays it outside. The most optimal way to play the game is to just like walk around in like either a 5-minute or a 30-minute circle to optimize, Pokemon spawn timers and the reset timer on the Pokestops. You just walk around in circles, the most efficient circles. And, the distance adds to that efficiency, but the distance doesn't stop us from going outside and playing efficiently. So I just think it's just goofy that they're like, guys, come on, go outside. And I feel like a lot of websites are kind of running with this idea too. I've seen several article headlines that are like, Pokemon Go players mad because Niantic makes them go outside. And I feel like that's really detracting from the heart of the issue here and has absolutely nothing to do with what we're having a problem with. Like, what? What's your goal here with this statement? Like, who proofread this and said, like, yeah, they're going to love that one, because I don't. Furthermore, encouraging outdoor exploration is keeping with Niantic's mission. There's no real exploration with Pokemon Go. Like, there's only like 2 ways I've ever really been encouraged to explore with Pokemon Go. The first way was with the old gym system back in like 2016, 2017. Finding a interesting remote gym that nobody knows about and putting your Pokemon in it was a good way to maintain that gym and maintain your coins per day. And I did a lot of exploring of Wisconsin and of my local, community in regards to trying to maintain gyms and trying to maintain that territory, right? And that was really fun. And I had a really great time exploring the world in regards to that. They took that feature away, and now I really don't have any real incentive to go find, gyms in obscure places, because there is no real benefit for me to do that. The other way that I can explore the world of Pokemon Go to this day is when it comes to nests. Nests of Pokemon species that I want more candy of or a better IV spread for in regards to like GBL. Going to an interesting park for a nest, that's another reason why I would explore the world. And there are social networks, on Discord and on Facebook and other platforms for local communities to know what the nest spawns are and stuff like that. And I mean, perfect example, we had Element Cup. I really needed a ducklet. I found out which nest has ducklet at it. And then I went to this nest. I went to a park that I'd never been to before. It was a pretty neat park. I explored a part of my somewhat local area to catch this Pokemon, and it was a fun, interesting experience, but it wasn't Pokestops that made me do that. It was the nest feature that made me do that. Pokestops have nothing to do with exploration in Pokemon Go, so I just think it's just goofy that they're saying that this is part of it. That said, we will continue to monitor health and safety guidance related to outdoor activities, and will make further changes if necessary. We have heard your feedback about one change in particular, that of the Pokestop and gym interaction distance. we reverted the interaction distance from 80 meters back to the original 40 meters, starting in the US and in New Zealand, because we want people to connect to real places in the real world and to visit places that are worth exploring. Once again, Pokestops do not make me visit anywhere that's worth exploring. And then as far as connecting to places in the real world, 80 meters versus 40 meters, once again, to reiterate, isn't that big of a distance. It's, crossing the street versus not crossing the street. Being across the street from Starbucks versus being inside the Starbucks, if you will. I understand that there's deals to be upheld. If the issue is Starbucks, for instance, being like, hey guys, we paid you all this money, we signed this contract, it was for the original 40-meter Pokestops, now it's an 80-meter Pokestop, now people can, spin the Starbucks Pokestop from across the street instead of when they're approaching the Starbucks, and we want more people approaching the Starbucks, that's what we agreed upon, so you gotta appease us as per our contract or whatever. I can understand that. And if that's the real push here, then I think that they should, make that transparent to us and maybe find a way to appease, both their sponsors and the player base, because obviously this is a huge quality of life improvement for many players in the game, myself included, and now they're just taking it away. And they're like, yeah, we're taking it away, you fat fucks. Why don't you go outside and fucking take a walk for once, god damn it, you stupid idiots. Research has shown that taking walks outside confers several health benefits, you dumb monkey. So we're taking the stop distance away so you actually go outside and stop being a sack of shit. That's what they're saying to us. But the reality is hey guys, our sponsors want us to have this distance because that's what our sponsorships are based off of. Or we want this distance so we can better do our AR mapping and stuff like that. And we get that you want the distance. Here's how we can meet you halfway. Or something like that. But the reality is that they're not doing that. That they're just ignoring the issue and being like, yeah, guys, go for a walk. Duh. At any rate, let's continue with the letter here. However, we have heard your input loud and clear. We just don't have any reading comprehension abilities, I guess. And so to address the concerns you have raised, we are taking the following actions. We are assembling an internal cross-functional team to develop proposals designed to preserve our mission of inspiring people to explore the world together, while also addressing specific concerns that have been raised regarding interaction distance. We will share these findings of this task force by the next in-game season change, September 1st. As part of this process, we will also be reaching out to community leaders in the coming days to join us in this dialogue. Our goal is to build fun and engaging experiences that remain true to our mission, and we thank you for challenging us with thoughtful and constructive feedback, the Niantic team. Man, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The first, 2/3 of this blog post, I thought they were just dissing us. I thought they didn't care about us at all. I had a pretty bad impression about Niantic. But reading this section here, they're assembling an internal cross-functional team to develop proposals, an internal cross-functional team. So that spins this completely around, because that's a lot of words. That's a lot of words, a lot of syllables. And that sounds like they're going to be doing a lot. Yeah, okay, so what they're doing is, I guess they're assembling an accountant, or maybe an internal cross-functional team of accountants to find out how they can make us happy while also still making them money. That's really what it is. Why they didn't do this before, why they didn't do this at the beginning of the pandemic, I do not know. But now it has become apparent to them. At this very moment, now they're assembling this team of accountants to find a way to placate us. It's just stupid, man. And I think this just further emphasizes the unapologetic, apathetic, opaque corporate jargon just throwing it at us. Okay, you guys are really mad. You got this big community movement. I guess we'll say something, and this is their something. Are they going to say something better, though? I guess we'll see what the accountants got for us on September 1st. Personally, I'm holding my breath here. And then I guess to add to this, if you do want some thoughtful, constructive feedback, if there is a bigger reason than this exercise confers benefits bullshit, if there is a bigger reason, Niantic, why you need to have that 40 distance, just be transparent about it. Be like, hey, we can't do this mapping thing we want to do. We can't appease, our investors. We can't do whatever we're trying to do here with the 40 distance if we have the 80 distance. It's just not going to work. So how can we make this work for us? I think we'd be a lot more understanding if we knew why. But if you're just going to sit back and say that we're unhealthy, unhygienic monsters that just can't leave our homes, why are we being so stupid? Then that's just going to make us mad at you. And maybe you're not trying to say that. Maybe it's just reading poorly. Maybe I'm contextualizing it. But I guess if you're not being transparent, if you're not being real, like I'm just saying, this is the way you can look at it. I think it's the way a lot of people are looking at it. Be honest with us, guys. That's all we want. We want open communication. We want honesty. And to tie it all back to the HearUsNiantic hashtag movement on Twitter here, it really isn't just about this 80 meters distance Pokestop thing. It's about communication. It's about your relationship with the community and how it just feels like you guys don't want to have one. You got this passionate global player base that you're fortunate enough to have. Just try to maintain it. You don't have to work super hard. You don't have to be my best friend. You don't have to come over to my house and give me a back rub. It's like gardening. You just got to water the plants every now and then, give them a little sunshine, keep them happy. And that's all you really got to do. And you're not doing it, like, at all. That's the heart of the issue. So yeah, I hope I brought to light some of the bigger issues, especially regarding the HearUsNiantic movement, to you guys here on YouTube. If you have any questions on this content, of course, comment below. Let me know what's up, and I'll be happy to help you out. And then as far as my relationship with you guys, I do have that Umbreon content coming out soon. I do have more Pokemon Go meta-related content coming out. It's just with this whole debacle with Niantic here and my work schedule, it's just been really hard for me to push out content in regards to that. So expect some new metagame-related content soon. If you've never seen me before and you want to get better at GBL or something, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips here. SwagTips. I'd also like to give a special shout out to these Patreon supporters. If you want to support Swagman on Patreon, link in the description.